Welcome.
Hello! It is our episode
8.
2 months.
Ocho.
Oh. Bless you. Just kidding.
Oh, wait. Siete. Ocho. Siete.
Yeah.
Let's start over.
No, that's funny. He wants to start over. We're not doing that. I have a book now, so this is some fact. So if I look smart, it's not. I wrote it. It's just normal. So, yeah, we, as you can tell, are talking about Dodge. So we did the AMC special editions and whatnot. So we wanted to give you the Dodge cars because Dodge, Chrysler, Plymouth, all of them, they actually bought AMC. So we figured it's a good way to transition into Dodge. And the next one we're doing after this is Ford. And if you know the relation between Dodge and Ford, leave it in the comments and we'll give you a point of some sort. We'll figure the points out. Yes. If not, you just get a point for just being smart.
So it's Coop and Hatch podcast number 8, Dodge.
8. Let's see. Okay, well, yeah, we're still working on a setup. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of jump into, I wouldn't say the boring ones, but the less popular versions.
Yeah, the thing with Dodge is they have so many cars, so many iconic cars.
And so many versions of every single car, but then you'll run into like a special version that has a special version. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, so the SRT 4 Caliber wasn't a super hit, but since we like Coops and Hatches, when it came out, we definitely fell in love
they're
with
super, like, the styling's fantastic. Like, it definitely doesn't look bad, especially for the generation that it came out, and it's a turbo, 6-speed.
Some of them were all-wheel drive, right?
No, that was that modeled down, I think.
Okay,
but
well, I knew they had a...
Yeah, but either way, front-wheel drive, and I think, personally, I think it's a great variant towards, like, if you don't want to get a Mini, you want something a little bit more edgy, because, I mean, this is coming from a guy that's owned 2 of them. Minis can be more girly right off the bat, from the start. Whereas an SRT has that kind of, like, nice, bulky, almost like WRX vibe to it.
Yeah, super nice wheel wells. Love the rear spoiler, which is a little bit bigger. The hood scoop.
Yep, and all done up. These things are awesome. They're great cars all around. This is a fantastic starter car. Once you start building them, though, your head gaskets are guaranteed to blow. So that's something to look out for. But awesome car. Super cool. So we're going to move on to one that I think is super underrated. Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Nice picture.
SRT8 Magnum. This car is phenomenal.
Beautiful car.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's got 400 horsepower from the factory. It does come in an automatic only, but that's just because it's Dodge.
And it's a wagon.
It's a wagon. Like, these things are awesome. I don't know another way to describe it. Over in Europe, they actually get it with the Chrysler 300 front end.
Oh.
Yeah. Super weird, huh? Yeah, and Canada too. So every once in a while you'll see, if you see one that has a 300 conversion, what looks like a conversion, most likely it's a Canadian car.
I forget what show. I think it might have been Fuchs. Where they switched front ends on
that, like, kid's 300, right? I think it was his mom's 300 or something like that.
So so there are a few custom where they've switched the front ends, but it's a beautiful car either way.
Yeah.
The 300 front end gives it a little more luxury.
You get that bouginess.
Yeah. A little bit of
a little bit of push.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love this car. It's been on our list forever. It's going to be on our list forever. We were literally talking about, we don't own an American wagon. What should we get? A CTSV wagon is like $80K. So obviously not on the current budget list, but this sucker, you can pick these up for like under 20.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, especially for 400 horsepower.
Sweet car.
And you can take I'm sure you can sit a St. Bernard and 3 kids in the back.
Probably 2 St. Bernards. Oh, push the button too quick.
Okay, so...
Talking about St. Bernards, you want 6 of them? You can fit.
Yep.
So,
all of them. These things are sick.
One of my favorite vehicles of all time. Kind of a sad story. One of my neighbors had the removable hardtop and they were out off-roading.
Convertible?
Yeah, the hardtop comes off.
Okay.
So they were
Okay, sick.
So they were out and rolled it, and one of
man.
my neighbors passed, and I think that was like
What
one
the
of
hell? This is a sad story.
No, but you say you want my stories. There's some sad ones in there.
I mean, you're right.
Probably one of the first people besides my dad that I knew.
That like get connected with.
Yeah, that he was older than I was, but anyways.
Dang. At least he had a cool car.
Yeah, I've always had great respect for him.
Oh yeah. They're awesome. They come in a 318 or 360. They're 4-speed automatics. You obviously 4-wheel drive.
They did make a 2-wheel drive.
2-wheel drive, and then is the convertible in a 2-wheel drive?
2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive.
We need to buy one of those.
We're looking into it. There's a guy in Wyoming that has 3 2-wheel drive Dodge Ram Chargers.
Oh yeah, we're looking into this.
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not going to
Buy
be
all
in the
3.
state, not even going to be in the country.
This guy,
So I can't go look at it. It's a 4-hour drive away, and I have to drive up there, look at it, and figure out if I
We'll still figure it out. He's got 3 of them.
He's got 3 of them. I said, if you sell it before I get back, oh well. He goes, well, I have another one, and I have another one. So he has a white one, a red one, and a black
So he
one.
has the definition of, like, have you seen that meme where it says to have a daily for your daily, then you have to buy a daily for your daily? That guy is living that with the same car. Like,
So he's selling them to fix up some of his 50-something Dodges. So
ooh.
Anyway.
I like this guy.
sad story, beautiful vehicle. Actually, Matson's getting one tomorrow.
Yeah, I am. Okay, actually, it's today for you guys.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, traded the Buell and now I'm getting the 4x. So we're doing a little bit off-roading the coupe and hatch.
Yeah, we're looking at a couple 2-wheel drives slammed to the ground. Coupe and hatch style.
Curious.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll get off that bandwagon. These things are fantastic.
Sick vehicle.
Good option outside of the Bronco, too. Very good
Yes.
Bronco. I would actually take that over the Bronco.
Not the first gen Bronco.
No, second gen
That's
for
always been-
sure. Yeah.
It's always been my favorite.
True. Moving on. Hellcat X. This thing's sick. It is so cool. So, this was part of a giveaway. There is one of these.
That's why we put the giveaway
Yeah.
picture up there, because it describes what it is and how it came to be.
So they gave away both these cars. Super cool. All the money went to donations, as they do with this type of stuff. But the Hellcat X was inspired by a World War II fighter jet. So they wanted this thing to just be screaming loud, just tons of power, and just everyone's just scared of it.
Triple supercharged.
Supercharger, turbocharger, and another turbo. We got 2 boosty boys.
Thanks.
What else do you want? Like, that's sick.
What else can you do?
I don't know. Add another super. It's them.
Put the Elephant motor in it, maybe?
We'll give you some history on the Elephant here in a second, too. Yeah, really, that's all you could do is stuff a Elephant into it. Elephant is the bigger version of a Hellcat motor. It's massive. Then I think.
1,000 horsepower, something
Yeah,
like that.
and you can buy it as a crate motor, too. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, if you won the lotto, or if you're a trust fund kid.
If you're a trust fund kid and you would like to buy one and don't know what to do with it, you can send it to me.
Or
Thank you for the
maybe if
donation.
You're a social influencer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Dodge, you want to sponsor us? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We're doing a whole show.
We have 2, maybe 3. Anyways, yeah, this car is cool. I really like this car. I remember when it first came out and they were doing like the ads and stuff when we'd watch like Top Gear or all those restoration shows, and this would show up. And I've always thought this car was the coolest because all the money got donated to veterans, I believe, if I remember right. That's why they did it based around the fighter pilot. It's all just coming back. But yeah, this thing's awesome. A little bit of facts. So smart mode, 805 horsepower. That's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
And it's a 1 of 1. Okay, so really, I already said all the facts. It was just 805 was the last little cherry. There you go.
Moving on to something most of you probably haven't ever seen.
Ever.
I hadn't.
This thing's awesome. Oh, yeah. The Fire Arrow 2. Dude, okay, so the guy that designed this, his name's Virgil Exner. So he's like he was the head creator of Chrysler at the time, and they wanted to, it's the 50s. Everything had to be looking like a rocket ship. So he wanted to go with more of a forward look than the tail look, because everything back in the 50s had those big fins in the rear, and everything was like going like this. So he was known for his more aggressive rocket style going forward than backwards.
Hey, look at that thing.
It's phenomenal.
Real beautiful.
Everything about it's perfect. Okay, this is really bad, but it almost looks better than the 50s Corvette. It's real close.
Yeah, definitely a runner.
Oh, for sure.
As well as the T-Bird.
Oh,
so that would have
for sure.
been the competitors, the Vet and the T-Bird.
Yeah, so then this would be their version. It wasn't a mass-produced car, though. This is kind of like a one-off concept situation. It did sell a little while ago at...
The concept.
Yeah. Where did it sell? That was it Myrtle?
I don't remember.
I can't remember where it sold. It was one of the really high-end auctions, though. So we want to include this one because it's crazy looking. Two, Virgil is an extremely important designer in the Chrysler family because he designed a lot of the cars that are coming up next. And so we wanted to kind of lead off with, so you guys can understand his design language.
And introduce him.
Yes. So the next one, you want to tell us about this big old girl?
This thing is a monster. The 1970 Corvette RT came. This particular one is one of four. It had the 427 Hemi with the 4-speed.
That's 7 liters.
Yeah, it's
that's
huge.
7.
It's huge. So they made 14 of these. 13 were the hardtop, 1 convertible, and 4 of them had the 427 Hemi 4-speed.
Man, what a combo! And the green's insane, but it's cool because it gives it like more of a sleeper vibe to it. Yeah, and when you pop open the hood, it just says Hemi on it. It doesn't say a 426 in it.
And look at that grill.
Everything about it. It's a Super B grill on a Corvette.
It's just beautiful.
That is phenomenal. Like, they took a Challenger essentially and made it classy. Like, this is equivalent to like a CTS-V.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the CTS-V, don't get mad at me, but I forgot one of the cars on the list.
What was that?
The 440 Corvette wagon.
Oh no, the Crestwood. Oh man. Okay, so this thing, I'll put up as car of the week for next week, and I'll just link the article too, so you guys can like learn about this thing. But it's a Corvette wagon, but it has a 70s Challenger front end in it, and they dropped a 440 in it. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Big old hood scoop. It's sick.
It's nothing but white. It's just it looks like like a whiteboard on wheels.
How many of those they make? 4 or 5?
That was a prototype, so it was a 1 of 4. Yeah, that's also where this one kind of falls in that 1 of 4 range as well. Different 1 of 4, but they like to do their one-offs cars for sure.
Took us forever to find more information on the wagon, and then I totally forgot to put it in the slideshow.
Don't worry, I memorized it.
Incredible car, because you know we like wagons, even the old tuna boat land yachts.
Oh yeah, the original SUVs.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. This is potentially, I'm going to say top 5 muscle cars ever.
Yeah, things that.
I was saying we have 2 top 5s in here in this one list.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this one, 446 pack. Dude, like, okay, explain the 6-pack because neither of us have them. So let's
pony keg.
Oh.
So the 6-pack was 3 2-barrels.
Yes.
Yeah, 3 2-barrels in a row from what I remember on all of them I've seen.
And they put these little like horn-looking cone things on there. You'll see them at like those really nice car shows. Not mainly the ones that like travel and stuff. They'll have like tennis balls in there. But yeah, they just have these little horn things coming up out of them. I remember the first time you told me about one, and it blew my mind. I was like, air goes in 6 different holes. Like.
Yeah. So seriously cool. I don't know if that was a factory or if those are aftermarket air cleaners, because a lot of times
no
they just
idea.
have the little round with the mesh, the chrome.
Oh, that little honeycomb looking thing.
So they'll have 3 of those in a row.
Yeah.
So super cool
That's
car. I love
good point.
the black wheels with the red.
Oh yeah. Well, it's cool to see that like the satin black hood thing has been around almost forever, and it's mainly just because like when you're racing out on the track, they would put back in the day they put layers of lacquer on the paint, and so the light would refract off the lacquer, in our case clear coat, and hit us in the eyes, and so then you'd get blinded. So everyone just started just doing matte finishes on the hood, so that way you don't get blinded.
Yeah, kind of like the quarterbacks with the little black.
Exactly. You direct the freaking science.
Football and fast cars.
Welcome to America.
Okay, now we get into some funkies. Super cool.
We're getting into the weird ones, and there's 2 cool facts about these. Is 1, Shelby did them, so you know they're cool, and 2, they all kind of suck.
This was one of Shelby's personally owned cars. I found an article that talked about 23 cars that Shelby owned that they sold.
I had a red version of this. Not this car, obviously, but like
Shelby.
my first coupe was an automatic 4-cylinder version of this in red.
It was red with silver stripes.
With silver stripes. He did it in his garage. I drove that thing through a puddle that was literally like at the rocker panels, which is the part where it says Shelby. The water was that high, and I plowed this thing through a puddle. We have a picture of it. There's water coming out the hood. I'm looking like a dumbass, just like, and like this. Oh man, the picture's so bad.
The picture.
It's so bad.
And then we wonder why the car didn't last.
No, the head gasket blew really quick after that.
Well, we bought the car. We drove it about 5 miles and it overheated.
Yep. So we changed the radiator at like 9 o'clock at night at around this time of year. Actually, it was like in October-ish.
Yeah. In a little business cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
With like 4 tools.
Yep. The cop came and checked on us, and we were covered in whatever. And we're like, yeah, we're fine. And he's like, okay, and just like walks off, doesn't know what to do. Like,
Changed your radiator, drove it home.
Yep.
Lasted at least 6 months.
I had that one for about a year.
That's almost a record.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Subi's at like 7. At that point, a year was impressive.
It wasn't because he sold them usually. This one,
Ooh, look at the body lines on that brick.
I like. Look at the stripes. I love
They
the
had a
stripes.
426 back in 64.
Yeah.
Okay, the 426, the reason this motor, you're going to hear it a lot, is it was designed for NASCAR. So, like, this is the biggest motor you could get anywhere in the world at the time. Other than, like, anything you find in, like...
Maybe a Cadillac. Cadillac did a 500.
They have a 500?
Yeah, but it was a boat anchor.
Okay, on a performance standpoint, the 426 is still,
I
like...
think it was a 500. We had like a 69, 70 Cadillac. I'm pretty sure it was a 500.
I'm sure we're going to be talking about those
Sure, it was
once
a
we get the
500.
Chevy.
That thing was massive. Couldn't do donuts.
Oh, I wonder why.
Did I say that?
Could you get donuts?
We got donuts.
Yeah. Well, right on. You're fine.
Winchell's.
Okay, so explain this truck to me, because this says bucket seats?
Yeah, so this was a 64 custom sport special. Came with the 426. It didn't say Hemi or not, but 426 cubic
It's
inch.
still 426,
It came with
dude.
bucket seats, carpet.
Bucket, this is a bucket seat. Obviously, like, not this style, because this is like a new generation style, but essentially they're like, here, have a race car seat.
Yeah.
In 64, which
a
the only
pickup
race
truck.
car was like F1, Indy, and NASCAR. Like,
And drag.
oh, drag, obviously.
And salt flats.
All right, there's a lot of races you can pull a bucket seat out of.
And Pikes Peak.
Oh. I have been shamed.
I was 1 year old.
Happy 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's
So-
fantastic. The carpet was a special thing? I guess it's a truck, so.
The truck, yeah.
Yeah. It kind of makes sense because all of them are for farms. So
Our 87 Dodge doesn't have carpet.
I wonder if this this is like the first super truck.
Might be.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll have to look into.
I mean, it's got stripes, so obviously.
Yeah, I like the little step on the side.
Yeah,
this is to get into the bed.
It's literally just a farm truck with like the only thing that makes it look fast is the stripes. If that the stripes weren't on there, you'd have no idea.
And the white wall.
That was kind of bougie back in the day.
Rally wheels.
All right.
So yeah,
still super cool. Let's see. Well, obviously the TRX would be its great grandson. So let's see one of the other grandsons or daughters. Oh yeah, that does say SRT10, which means there is a Viper V10 stuffed into a truck. That's a good combo.
I've never been in one. I have a friend that owned one, and she said it got horrific gas mileage.
Terrible, absolutely terrible.
But I love the little wing on the back.
Everything about it. It's kind of got like, you might not get this reference, but in Fairly Odd Parents, there was a superhero, and his name was Crimson Chin. He had like a chin that just came out like super far, and it was just a box. That's kind of what this reminds me of. So it just has that like forward look to it, but still like 500 horsepower.
It does look like a superhero truck.
Oh, for sure, Mr. T, upgrade your van to this.
That was a cool van.
It was a cool van. I love how many people are taking their Vanagons or like their off-roading vans or like the van life vans and like putting that stripe on there now. It's so cool.
So this is another odd one.
Oh, this one's okay. So again, I don't know everything that was on this list. So you and I are seeing this for the first time, but I know about. I've seen these trucks in person when it was the old Shelby Museum. They actually had a full Dodge section, and this truck was there. When he says this thing is odd, it's just not. It's the definition of weird. Like, it's great. It's fantastic. Gutless.
Yeah.
But it's a convertible?
Not this one.
You could get it in a convertible, though.
They did. I don't know if Shelby made the convertible.
Yeah, the one I saw was a convertible Shelby Dakota.
But they did make the Dakota in the convertible. I remember that. Yeah.
That's a weird combo all the way around. Like,
I was still in San Diego, so I was thinking, I might need a convertible truck. I didn't buy one, but
I think I might need a convertible truck anyways.
Yeah.
Ram Charger.
So this one was also owned by Shelby. I found an article where they had 23 of his vehicles for sale. So
cool.
Kind of interesting what
Super
collection
cool.
he had. Yeah. So he kept some of the prototypes, and then he kept like the Goes Like Hell S.
Oh, the GLH. So the Omni GLH, which means Goes Like Hell, that's what the badge stands for, is another car he worked on. It's kind of like a second or third gen like GTI.
But that
it's
the Challenger was GH.
The Charger. Yeah, the black one. Yeah, so it was just his way to be like, this is like cool. So the S means it was his personal one, so that means he bought that from the dealer, took it to his shop, and made it faster. So it means Go Like Hell, some more.
So he built 1,000 of those, the black ones.
Yeah, I think there's like 500 GLH Omnis or something like that and whatnot. So
yeah,
the fact that he owns like half the inventory shows you how popular these things were. Like, the guy that made them had to buy them.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah. I mean, it's the 80s. America was kind of sad.
Yeah, true. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter show.
Yep.
But
we do have a couple things to talk about at the end.
Yeah.
But
the last one.
Oh, this is number 3 best muscle car ever. Just look at it.
Yeah, that thing's so beautiful.
It's ridiculous. And the fact that that's a 71 with square headlights inside of a square grill, that didn't start till like late 70s for Chevy.
Yeah, and it has a crazy plum color.
Yeah, and like everything about this. So yes, it is a Charger, but it's an Australian version. So over there, they don't have the They have this. It's called it's a Chrysler Valiant Charger. So they just changed the front end to make it and the tail lights a little bit. But yeah, you can only get them in Australia, which is freaking awesome. But this just proves my point that Australians have got more American cars than us. Not recently, but from day one.
I know, they have some crazy.
The original Ute was because of that.
Yeah, the Oot and the...
That's why we got the El Camino, and they did a Rampage. That is a bad car. Like, it's an El Camino that was made in, what, the 70s and 80s. That's a front-wheel drive that Dodge made. No good.
Yeah.
No good. And then the Ford version was a Ranchero, but it's more like the El Camino. So, yeah, this is a beautiful car.
And Mad Max is there.
True. And anywhere if he's there, I feel safe.
I think he drove a Falcon or something.
He did drive a Falcon, yes.
So this would be the competitor to the Falcon.
Oh, okay. If it's Mad Max's Falcon, obviously. But if it's just a Falcon versus this,
does that say RT on it?
it does. Which means it's at least got, what, the 390 in it, bare minimum.
I don't know.
At least, well, no, I guess it
maybe
maybe like theirs was a 426, but the 426 was rare for that, so it would be at least one size down from there. But
so they had the 340, the 383, the 440, 426.
yeah, so it's probably a 440 most likely.
Yeah, we should probably check that before we...
Yeah, well, I mean, just finding a picture of this thing was stupid hard. So if you want to know more info on this, I'm gonna look it up anyways. So I'll give it to you. But yeah, like you said, kind of a shorter episode today. We're in a transition. So with you going to Canada next week, and we are actually moving, so we got to move the studio and everything too. So we're probably going to take the next 2 weeks off. I'll still be posting stuff and whatnot. But if you don't see episodes, that would be why. But yeah, you're going to Canada, correct? Mm-hmm. Cool. When you get up there, make sure you bring back the rotary Corvair.
If I can find one.
If there's any alive. Trying to find just a Corvair is impossible. Finding a rotary Corvair.
I need to look up where Rush Valley is. Rust Valley.
I think it's in the butt crack of nowhere.
Yeah. I'll just see if we're close to that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, go talk to them. That'd be sick.
That'd be fun if it's close.
Yeah. Then this weekend I'm gonna be doing flat tracks. So when we do start, so in like 3 weeks we'll be talking about flat track racing and whatnot, which is basically take road bikes, throw some dirt tires on them, lift them, and drift them around dirt oval. So
yeah, so that'll be
pretty crazy.
Unfortunately, I have to go out of town, so I bought the tickets, but don't get to go. So,
yep.
And then we're looking at, I think it was the second weekend of November.
Yes.
To go up to the hot springs.
Mm-hmm. Still pretty tentative. We're gonna I think we're gonna double check our schedules tomorrow and just make sure it works. But I would say like 90% it's gonna be the second week of November. We'll probably leave on like a Saturday morning, drive up there, hang out at the hot springs. We'll probably stay up there. So again, if you want to stay up there with us, we'll figure that out. Or if you want to like just hang out for the day and come back, totally fine too.
It was about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's an easy day trip if you want to make it that.
Yep.
So.
I don't think pets are allowed though. So if you do plan on staying, just be aware of that. But yeah, again, short episode, but it's short and sweet, I guess you would say.
Short and sweet.
A lot of good info, a lot of cool cars.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we ended up on this thing, dude. It's crazy that Dodge has been Dodge as we see them since the beginning of this. Like they're from the get-go, they're like, nah, we gotta do bigger. Like,
yeah,
Dodge is just Texas. That's it.
Yeah, they've always had monster machines.
Yeah, they're huge. But yeah, again, guys, thank you for just keeping up with us, watching the episodes, interacting and whatnot. We honestly do appreciate it. So if you want to follow me, my personal Instagram is matchin_Woodfield. Yours is Carrie Carpet Guy.
Yep.
Obviously, Coop and Hatch is Coop and Hatch. And then if you could give us a subscribe, that'd be awesome. I would love to see this grow into something that we could make more personable, and I think by doing that, it's just growing the audience at this point. So if you can share it, that'd be amazing. But again, no pressure. If it's just like you want to be in our relationship and you don't want anyone else in, we can respect that. So love you guys.
See ya. For my Hawaiian friends.
Oh. For my Hawaiian friends. That's red.